Hello again, everyone. Let's do the syllabus walkthrough here, which you can follow along right here in front of you on the screen, or if you want to, you can print it out and look at it. Here is all the information to contact me. By far the best way to get a hold of me is via the email right here. One of the great things about history is this quote here by a historian himself, John dos Passos. If you don't know much about John dos Passos, he was a contemporary and a friend of Ernest Hemingway. And they lived through some interesting times, the both of them did, in the 20s and the 30s. And they saw the rise of totalitarianism, they saw the rise of dictatorships, and Dos Passos began to think about if this was something new, if this was something different. And what he began to come to the conclusion of is one that I wholeheartedly believe in, which is that while history doesn't mimic itself, it doesn't completely repeat itself, it does rhyme. And so I love this quote, and I'll read it with you right here. In times of change and danger, when there is a quicksand of fear under men's reasoning, a sense of continuity with generations gone before can stretch like a lifeline across the scary present and get us past that idiot delusion of the exceptional that now blocks good thinking. What he means by that, and what I hope that you would get from this course, is this right here, the idiot delusion of the exceptional, where we tend to think, and I talk about this in the introduction video, we tend to think that everything that's happening to us has never happened to anyone else before, and that this situation of the current craziness of our world has never been seen, and it's never been this bad. And what I'm trying to explain to you guys is it has. People have gone through things much worse and very similar to things that are going on right now, and that's why it so much helps us to look at history and to realize the importance of history and the fact that we can learn from others. Even though they may not speak like us and look like us and act like us, and may be different in terms of how long ago they lived or where they lived, we can learn lessons from them that can help us get past the delusion that we think we're living through something that nobody's ever gone through before, and that we can look at them and how they reacted and how they acted and get us across the scary present. I love that quote by Dos Passos, and I hope that you use that when you are looking at history here, because what happens is you start to look at cultures like Mesopotamia and Egypt and Rome and Greece, and we'll look at all these cultures and it'll be like, I don't know how these people are like me, and what's the point of going over this? That's the question that a lot of people always ask me with history. What's the point of going over this? Well, the point is that I want you guys to make connections, and I want you to see how things that happened half a world away, thousands of years ago, matter to you and matter to us. The books here, as you can see, I've shown you pictures, I've looked at them. This is just some information on those. The learning outcomes, this is what I expect for you to be accomplished during our course here, where I'm going to introduce you to understanding the joy of the human experience. You're going to develop your writing skills, you're going to be thinking critically, and you're going to enhance and get better at computer application skills. And we're going to test those, and we're going to assess those by written tests you'll take online, by written work, by things that you'll turn into me, and by student participation in forum discussions. And those are our 3 assignments every week. Every week we'll have a test. Every week there will be a document that you will submit to me on the website. And every week there will be a forum discussion where you will participate with others in the class, much like you would in a discussion in a face-to-face class. On to page 2. What's expected of you as we look at our learning modules and look at the course participation? I'm going to exclusively use the Canvas website. All right, we'll do a little walkthrough on the Canvas website here in a bit. You can click on that link if you'd like. The web page is very easy to navigate. We're going to use exclusively Microsoft Office. All right, that doesn't mean that you can't use Apple and things like that, but just make sure that when they're submitted that I'm able to read those in that docx format. I'm going to talk to you every week via the Canvas website, a video, something like that. If you look here, this is a really important one right here. You guys have to understand that even though this is an online course, that as much or probably more time is going to be required of you to succeed in this accelerated 5-week course. So I'm going to need your concentration. I'm going to need your utmost attention. And the thing is that when you sit down to engage yourself in this course, you've got to make sure that you're in a distraction-free environment, that you've set aside some time to really concentrate on the material, and make sure that you're doing that and planning your time out so that you can really truly get all of the material that is expected of you during this accelerated course. Let me know if you have any type of message that you need to get from me. And as we talked about on the video, you can expect feedback from me usually on Tuesday, Wednesday of the week after you turn stuff in the previous weekend on that Saturday, Sunday. All right? I will do most of my interaction during the normal business hours of 9 to 5. Even though this is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week course, I would hope that you would not expect me to be at your beck and call, like you send me an email or send me a message at 11 o'clock at night and want me to respond by 11:30 or midnight. That's just simply not going to happen. All right, just realize that this is a course that's going to be run during those business hours, and that I will respond to things, yes, on the weekends, and I'll get back to you at different hours and things like that. But we all have lives, and I have one too. So you're not going to don't expect me to respond to things at 2 and 3 in the morning. Okay. The course is going to be run via weekly modules, which you can click on. All right. You must complete the module as it comes out during the week. So you're not going to be able to work, do all 3 weeks, in 1 week. Okay. Each module is planned for a week of activity. And then once you complete that, the next module will be activated on the Monday of the following week. There will be 5 total modules, and the learning modules will all be accompanied by text and source reading, by narrated PowerPoints, by video interaction and videos that we'll watch and interact with, and you'll fill out questions and those types of things on the videos. And specifically with the narrated PowerPoints, I made mention of this in the website before you click on them. But make a special note that the textbook changed versions right after I recorded these lectures. So the version that you have of the textbook may be a page or 2 off when I'm talking about certain page numbers. That's no big deal. Please don't panic on that. Just simply pause or exit the lecture, the narrated lecture when you're doing it, and find the appropriate page number and then start it back up. All right. Treat these lectures as if you would sit down for a 45-minute face-to-face class. Again, review them in a distraction-free environment. Have both of your textbooks out and ready to go, and be ready to take some notes on those, because it is in those lectures where the most concrete student learning is going to take place. If we skip down to our 3rd page here, even though I'm not going to take attendance per se, what you do is when you turn in stuff on time and when you actively participate in forum discussions, all right, that to me is actively participating in attending class. If you do not turn things in on time, if you turn things in late and you don't participate in those forum discussions, then I will consider that as non-attendance, and that will affect your final participation grade. Now, how do I do participation grades? Basically, what I do is this. All right, I calculate those grades, whereas if you end up having something like a 88 or an 89 and you actively participated and you turn things in on time, I move that 88 and 89 up to a 90, 91 so that you have an A instead of a B. Same thing. C's will go to B's, etc. as long as you actively participate and make time for this course. All right, I will always move people up a couple of points on their final grade. As far as how we'll be grading you, there'll be 5 tests. All right, each test will be conducted via the Canvas website. These tests are timed. All right, they will be due Sunday night, midnight at the latest. All right, each test is worth 50 points. There's 5 of those, 1 for each week. The writing assignments and discussion forums, again, there's going to be 1 of those per week. 1 writing assignment, 1 discussion forum. The writing assignments are worth 40 points. The discussion forums are worth 30. All right, those are all going to be clickable links on your Canvas website. Please move through those with certainty and with confidence once you have done the reading material for that week. Writing assignments, please look over this important note, turning things in. Basically, the most important is Times New Roman 12-point font. I want those things to be followed so that we can all have a uniform format for me to read those assignments. Total points for the course equals 600. There's going to be 5 tests, 5 forum discussions, and 5 submitted writing assignments. The points you can see there, and the total point value of 600. The grading scale is as follows: normal Thomas More grading scale with A's and B's and B minuses and all of those different types of things. You can see that right here. Academic honesty and plagiarism. Please take your time to read through this. I'm not going to walk through this, but take your time and read through this. I will have access to all the IP addresses in terms of if people are working together on tests and things like that. I please warn you that this is going to be highly monitored by me, and you are advised to complete your own work in your own time. This is your one warning as a class. If we can skip down and look at, again, the plagiarism policy, and if you have physical or learning disabilities, please contact John Hennessy. The tentative class schedule, we'll just look at the first couple of weeks here. Again, you're reading chapters 1 and chapters 2 this week, beginning today, and the narrated lectures and the PowerPoints and all of those things are clearly brought to your attention on the clickable links on the website. Week 2 and Week 3 are right there in front of you. If you would like to read ahead, be my guest. But as far as the modules are concerned, the modules will be updated and clicked every week once you're able to move through the previous week's modules. All right? That's the syllabus walkthrough. If you have any questions, please let me know.